Well, Auckland FC coach Luke Casserly, congratulations. 2 wins, 6 points, a 3-1 win over Vanuatu tonight, and a highly entertaining game for the fans that were here. From your perspective, what was that match like?
Yeah, a bit too entertaining for my liking, to be honest. But firstly, I just want to give a massive shout out to the ground staff here that worked incredibly hard all afternoon and all day to get the pitch ready to be able to play. They've done a super job, so thanks to that. But yeah, the game was, as I said, a little bit too entertaining for me. Just our inability to control the game with the ball, the amount of turnovers, and they're very effective in transition caused us some problems. Yeah, so I think the fact that our goalkeeper was one of the best players on the pitch for us tells a bit of a story, and yeah, we obviously very happy to get the 3 points, but a bit to work on, particularly with the ball.
And Michael, as a player out there, how much do you think that maybe lack of control at times was down to that conditions? You know, slippery, heavy under feet. There was so much rain on the surface, and yep, we did well to get the match played, but it can't have been easy as a player.
Yeah, I think both teams have to deal with the conditions. Yes, it wasn't easy, but yeah, we can definitely be better with the ball. We have not had a long time together, so some of the combinations will take time to gel and learn where people like to move and all those sorts of things. So yeah, it was a bit of a challenge tonight, but also for a lot of the boys it was their first 90 minutes in a long time, so I think we're going to be better off for that, and yeah, we got the job done at the end of the day, so I think we can be pleased with the result, but just not the performance.
And Luke, goal scoring's not a problem for the side early on, 6 goals in 2 games, and obviously young Luka Visilic, player of the match. Talk about his performance. Obviously scored their first goal, but he's still developing, isn't he, and growing as a player.
Yeah, look, the growth in Luka as a person and as a player this year has been incredible. He was part of the reserves program. When we started the reserves program, he was the youngest player in that, and sort of the first half of the season, a lot of work into his physical conditioning and the like, but he's progressed ever so well. By the back end of the Northern League and the National League, he was a key player for the reserves, and now he's come in here and shown his quality. I think you definitely have a future professional footballer there.
And I suppose in the 61st minute, after Vanuatu United had pulled a goal back and were threatening to have an individual goal like what Matt Ellis scored too, you needed that tonight. I mean, that was just a cracking strike, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think the assist from, I think it was Isa that put him in was a great touch and really good. And yeah, look, it was a super strike. In these conditions, we talked about it before the game, to get those kind of strikes off, because anything can happen, which they did, and that's how they got their goal.
Lastly, obviously, Buller FC are going to be more rested ahead of the Friday night match because of the unfortunate postponement of their match earlier today. So does that mean, I know you made some changes to this one, but you've got a squad, do you anticipate really rotating again in 3 days' time?
It was always the plan coming into this that we would rotate, because we haven't had a lot of time together. Difficult for players to play 3 games in 6 days so soon. I think in time players will adapt to that, but it was always the plan, and we'll stick to that.
In the starting 11 tonight, we had a few of the Auckland FC reserve boys. How has that been as they've come through the reserves program?
Yeah, it's great. Look, we've talked about it from the beginning, the opportunity that this team is giving players, some from our reserve program, other guys, New Zealand players, to be professionals and be part of this program. It's a fantastic opportunity for all of them. Great to see the young ones, and I hope, we're talking at the moment that, we think the performance today could be better, but I really hope that the supporters enjoyed seeing some of the young New Zealand talent that's getting to show themselves.
And lastly from me, any injuries or concerns going into the next game on Friday?
There's no concerns that I know of. Obviously, Tass was out today, so copped a knock in the first game, a bit of friendly fire from JR. But we're hoping that he'll be okay by Friday night's game, but we'll wait and see on that one.